Wow. Wow. You all can sit down. Wow. Well, welcome everybody. My name is Joellen Gray. I'm Grace's aunt and a big fan of Nate's. It is an honor, really, to be here today and to walk through this with you all. Before we begin, here's what we're going to do. Everybody take out your camera, take out your phone. Come on, get them out now. I'm going to give you 20 or 30 seconds to take a lot of photos. Go ahead and start. Go ahead. Grace, Nate, pose if you want. Make funny faces if you want. And oh my God, do they not look awesome? Okay, now, put your phones down, put your cameras away, and now be present. Be here with us in the moment. We have people taking pictures, and we'll have plenty of pictures. Be with us in this moment. Now, speaking of the moment, Grace and Nate, I want you to pause for a minute. Take a look around. Take a look at each other. This is a nearly perfect moment. Life gives us a lot of good moments, but not so many nearly perfect. This is nearly perfect. Soak it in. Burn it in your brain. Remember this one. Remember this moment for a long time. So today, we get to witness something very special. The official joining two hearts, two lives, and two families. Grace and Nate are choosing today to make a lifetime commitment to each other. Today makes a difference. Today you are different. Today you become the two halves of a whole. I think we know that marriage is not a perfect state of being. It is always a work in progress. But it is a work that is worth gathering for, and it is a work that is worth celebrating. So we are here today to celebrate. And can I tell you, I know that Grace and Nate are so thrilled to have so many of their people here today. You know, what a gift to be surrounded by your people when you make such a big commitment. It's a beautiful moment. So, thank you all for being here. Unfortunately, there are a handful of people that couldn't be with us today, and we do want to take a minute to remember them and offer some thanks for them. Nate's maternal grandparents, Meredith and Marjorie Kellogg, both passed away a while back, but I think that they are missed by their families today. And a little bit more recently, Carol Narcavage, otherwise known as Grammy, passed away 7 months ago, and she certainly is missed today. And Nate's grandmother, Sharon Trentini, and they called her Grandma Teeny. I know, right? She passed away in 2019. And the interesting thing is that Carol Narcavage, who's Grace's grandmother, and Sharon Trentini were sassy, colorful women. And we know that they would have loved this party today. And so we remember them especially today. Now, also, I want to mention Billy and Ray Tarnowski and Dave Trentini, who couldn't be with us in person today. But I feel certain that at this very moment, they are thinking about you. And so here's what I want you to do, everybody. Turn. We got a camera back here, okay? Everybody turn and wave and say hi, okay? All right? They are missed. And of course, now I do have to give a shout out to the sole grandparent who is here today, Joe Narcavage. Okay? Yeah, there you go, Joe. Now, everybody look out for Joe. Now, if you were around last night, Joe's the moose, okay? So look out for Joe, because we can't let anything happen to him today as the sole grandparent, right? Okay. Be careful, Joe. Okay. All right. So let's get things started. Grace and Nate have picked several very meaningful readings to share with you guys today, to share with us today. And so the very first one is going to be read by Nate's aunt, Mona Overturf.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, you should have this. In fact, I'm going to step out of the way and use that. We better learn a little bit.
Okay. The owner of this poem is Taylor Molly, and the title is How Falling in Love is Like Owning a Dog. On cold winter nights, love is warm. It lies between you and lives and breathes and makes funny noises. Love wakes you up all hours of the night with its needs. It needs to be fed so it will grow and stay healthy. Love doesn't like being left alone for long, but come home and love is always happy to see you. It may break a few things accidentally in its passion for life, but you can never be mad at love for long. Is love good all the time? No. Love can be bad. Bad love, bad, very bad love. Love makes messes. Love leaves you little surprises here and there. Love needs lots of cleaning up after. Sometimes you just want to get love fixed. Sometimes you want to roll up a piece of newspaper and swat love on the nose. Not so much to cause pain, just to let love know, don't you ever do that again. Sometimes love just wants to go out for a nice long walk. Because love loves exercise. It will run you around the block and leave you panting, breathless, pull you in different directions at once, or wind itself around and around you until you've so wound up you cannot move. But love makes you meet people wherever you go. People who have nothing in common but love stop and talk to each other on the street. Throw things away and love will bring them back again and again and again. But most of all, love needs love, lots of it. And in return, Nate and Grace, love loves you and never stops.
I don't know, that was pretty Nate and Grace. So marriage obviously involves finding the right person, yes? Anybody want to know a little bit about Grace and Nate's story? So Grace and Nate have been together for 8.5 years, which kind of makes me laugh. Like, were they waiting to figure out if it was the right person? I don't know. They met while they were freshmen, so first semester of school at UMBC, and they met in calculus class. And as a math teacher, can I just say, what a joy to have math bring you together. So they started dating a while after they first met. In fact, interestingly, they were both dating other people when they first met. Clearly not the right people, right? The first date they went on was to Five Guys. Here's the best part. Nate realized at that point that Grace loved to eat as much as he does. That was the beginning. So they dated through college. They both graduated from UMBC in 2018. They both got jobs locally, and things progressed nicely. But why let things keep going along nicely when you can throw a curveball into it? Grace decided that she was going to take a new job and move to Cincinnati. Why? Oh, because she wanted to live somewhere where she didn't know anyone. You know she has a serious independence streak, right? So they did the long distance thing for about a year, and then Nate learned that he could do his job almost entirely remotely, so he packed up and moved to Cincinnati. And so here we are. Now, truthfully, both of their mothers are very, very thrilled that they have moved back to the area, so amen. All right, so what were the qualities then that drew Nate and Grace to each other? I had a chance to ask them some questions separately, and I want to share the answers with you, but I also want to share the answers with you guys, because you don't know what each other said. Nate says he loves Grace's excitement over simple things, and he loves how she looks out for people. He says she is caring and patient and kind. Grace loves that Nate prioritizes the people in his life, and he is passionate and motivated about the things that he cares about. He's smart, creative, and goofy. I think that finding your life's partner is a little bit like putting together like a million-piece jigsaw puzzle, that all of your qualities, the good and the bad of each one of you, kind of fit together nicely with those of the other. And it's a lifelong work in progress to get the whole puzzle together. But that's the story of Nate and Grace. They know, I think as well as I do, I think as well as a lot of us do, that finding that right person is a gift, really. Our second reading today, we're going to hear from Navia De Versetti, who is a dear, dear friend of Grace's.
Hi everyone. I have the honor today to share a quote that resonates with Grace and Nate by Albert Einstein. It's titled Gravitation. Gravitation cannot be held responsible for people falling in love. How on earth can you explain through chemistry and physics so important a biological phenomenon as first love? Put your hand on a stove for a minute and it feels like an hour. Sit with that special person for an hour and it only feels like a minute. That's relativity.
I told you they were good readings. So, in the past few weeks, I have taken an informal poll. Lots of people that I have run into, I have asked them, please fill in the blank. Marriage is. Oh, I got a lot of answers, okay? Interestingly, of the 30-ish, 35-ish people that I asked, I did not get a repeated answer. Interesting, right? I just want to read a few of them to you. Marriage is love, communication, commitment, hard, long-term, compatibility, wonderful, partnership, confusing, grounding. So that's all the kinds of different words that I got, and very good, right? These are all words that belong to other people. I was really glad that nobody turned around and said, well, what do you think it is? Because I didn't have an answer until last night. Thank you for hosting that party last night, because it gave me an opportunity to find my word. So last night, my husband and I, my husband is Dr. Pepper, for those of you who were there last night. We were talking to 4 of Nate's high school friends. And, you know, the usual kind of chat, like, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? And so one of the young men says, I'm an engineer and I design ships. Okay? And so we were talking, and then he's telling us things about ships, and all of a sudden, Dr. Pepper says something related to microchips. And I said to him, I said, he said ships. And Aaron said, I know, chips. I said, no, ships, like boats. And he goes, oh, okay, well, some of the things he was saying make a little bit more sense now. Now, don't ask me how I got from that to what I'm about to tell you, but I looked at this man and I said, that's my partner. That's the person I promised to spend my life with. And all of a sudden, I reflected on that. So we laughed a little, but then I reflected. And I reflected and I said, promise. Marriage is a promise. Marriage is a promise that you'll show up every day. Marriage is a promise that you'll stay together. Marriage is a promise that you'll face the hard things together. Marriage is a promise that you will rejoice in the good things. Marriage is a promise. Again, thank you, because now I know. If anyone ever asks me, I'm going to say, marriage is a promise. I asked Nate and Grace, again separately, what it means to be marrying this person. So I'm going to read these to you, so these are nice. Grace says, marrying Nate means I get to spend my life with my best friend. Because Nate and I have been together for so long, I've seen him grow and change over time. And seeing that only makes me more confident that he is and will be an amazing person and partner. He is a great person to be around, and I can be my true self around him. Our relationship isn't always perfect, but he is always supportive, patient, and loving. Nate said, trust, respect, commitment, sacrifice, sharing of snacks. It means having loyal support in all that I do, a voice to help guide me, someone to share my favorite activities with. It also means having someone I can be proud of, someone to pick up on her bad days, and someone to hold when nothing else seems right. I found their responses to be very meaningful, very genuine, very wise. You'll be glad to hear this. Your words give me great faith and confidence in your marriage. Marriage is not just today. Marriage is every day after today. And I think that you are well aware of the fact that it is a growing, living, adapting bond between the two of you. So now, let's let them make some promises. I'm gonna move over here. Are you guys ready? All right, we got this. Oops. All right, I'm gonna move this just a little more over so it's kind of hidden behind your face. All right. All right. So, will you, Nathan, keep Grace as your favorite person? Will you laugh with her, experience life with her, support her through life's tough moments, be proud of her, grow old with her, and find new reasons to love her every day? And will you, Grace, keep Nathan as your favorite person? Will you laugh with him, experience life with him, support him through life's tough moments, be proud of him, grow old with him, and find new reasons to love him every day? And will you, Nathan and Grace, be each other's partner from this day forward? Will you bring out the best in one another? Will you share your happiest moments together? And will you love each other absolutely for the rest of this lifetime and for whatever may come next? My dear friends, marriage does not happen in isolation. It's rooted in the community. So I'm going to ask you all now, as Nate and Grace marry and they start to build their life together, will you promise to cheer them on, to share your wisdom when it's needed, to celebrate with them, and to stand beside them in the years ahead? All right, Grace and Nate are going to exchange rings as a sign of their love and commitment. Nathan, repeat after me. Grace, receive this ring as a sign of my love and fidelity.
Grace, receive this ring as a sign of my love and fidelity.
And Grace, you repeat after me. Nathan, receive this ring as a sign of my love and fidelity.
Nathan, receive this ring as a sign of my love and fidelity.
Just in case you thought we were done, we're not. We have another reading by Ben Van Bloom. Our reader is Ben Van Bloom. He's not the writer, but he's gonna share the final reading with us.
I can project.
Okay.
Love is a temporary madness. It erupts like volcanoes and then subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your roots have become so intertwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part. Because this is what love is. Love is not breathlessness, it is not excitement, it is not the promulgation of promises of eternal passion. That is just being in them, which any fool can do. Love itself is what is left over when being in love has burned away, and this is both an art and a fortunate accident. Those that truly love have roots that grow towards each other underground, and when all the pretty blossoms have fallen from their branches, they find that they are one tree and not two.
I absolutely love that Nate and Grace chose this as their final reading because it certainly speaks to the heart of marriage. It starts out as fun and exciting, and over the years, it deepens, and it becomes the intertwining of two lives that are now inseparable. And that's a beautiful thing. Now, before we finish the ceremony, I decided to add a little section here. I'm calling it Words of Wisdom. Grace and Nate, you are fortunate to come from couples that have stayed married for a long time and actually still enjoy doing things together. You have 60 plus years of marriage between these four people. So I asked each of them to tell me their best piece of advice. And actually I thought this was kind of a good idea because there's a lot of married people out here. There's people who are going to get married. There are people who are fairly recently into marriage. There are people who are well into marriage. The truth is, this is good advice for all of us all the time. All right, everybody ready? Number one, respect. Respect each other. Respect your differences. You are not each other. You will see things differently. You are two individuals. Learn to merge and come to agreement. There is usually no absolute right way to be, or to do, or to solve. Number two, establish yourselves as a unit, together. Be all in. Marriage is not 50-50, it's 100-100. Number three, when you're in the middle of a heated argument, that's probably not the best time to solve world peace or even to decide what's for dinner. Take a breather, give each other some space, come back when the drama level has dropped below soap opera. And last one, each individual needs to make sure that they take the time to do the things that keep them centered. And your partner needs to make sure there is room for that. Your individual health, both mental and physical, is important for you to be able to be a participant in your marriage. I'll give you a copy of this so you remember it all. So this brings us to the end of our ceremony. And let me just tell you that it's an amazing honor for me to be able to say that by the authority granted to me by the state of Maryland, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may seal the deal. And so, before they walk down the aisle, I have to tell you another just little story. When Grace was little, like 3 or 4-ish, her favorite thing in the world was to be presented. She would say to anybody that was there, okay, Joellen, present me. Mom, can you present me? And we did a lot of presenting. And so, I have to tell you that this for me is the most fun presentation, Grace, that I've ever done. But ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you, for the first time, as wife and husband, Grace and Nathan.